Welcome back to a brand new video, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be speaking on your boy Takashi 6ix9ine. I know you guys, I don't know if you remember a couple of months ago that his house had got robbed and mother taken for hostage, all type of nonsense by a couple of dudes. And yeah, well, TMZ reported today that actually one of the suspect, because when you look at the video there was like several suspects. It was like a bunch of these guys went into his house, but one of the people that broke into his house and took his mother hostage was actually arrested today. One of the individual that got locked up today in the robbery, his last name Rodriguez, 19 years old, was arrested on charges with armed home invasion, robbery with a firearm, false imprisonment, grand theft, and possession of marijuana with intent to sell or deliver, according to the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office. So this is the gentleman right here, Mr. Rodriguez. He's 19 years old, dude. I don't know what is the deal with this guy. Look at his mugshot, dude. And they caught this guy with weed, and it was a large sum of weed bagged up. So the sheriffs are assuming that he basically is selling the marijuana. Like, I don't understand these young dudes, man. You're living in a beautiful state of Florida, and this is the video right here that TMZ actually showed with this gentleman actually going into this man's house. And as you can tell in the video, this is actually Takashi 6ix9ine's mother, dude. This guy has a weapon in his hand, a firearm in his hand. Look at all these guys are masked up. So imagine this woman fear of being with these people while they have all those guns going through her son's house. So they just imagine how scared this woman must be, dude. As you can tell, this is the guys walking in with Takashi 6ix9ine's moms. You can tell it's three of them in this video, and they look pretty young. And a lot of people was under the assumption it was the rap duo from Florida as well, from Jacksonville, the Island Boys. A lot of people was saying it was the Island Boys, but in reality, it was not the Island Boys. The Island Boys had nothing to do with the situation, and one of the suspect actually in that video was arrested. And out of all of them that was involved, look at the little dog. This is insane, dude. They even took his dog after coming out this guy's house. Those individuals right there, one of them had got taken. Incredible, dude. This woman had to be so scared. Like, not for nothing, dude. That's a grown woman. Like, that she has to be mad scared, dude, with strange guys with guns in their hands coming searching her son's house. Imagine that woman, how terrified she had to be, dude. Like, she's home in her son's house just relaxing, and that's a gated community. That community where 6ix9ine lives at in Florida is a gated community. So to get access to that community, you have to be familiar with that area. You have to be somewhere, you have to be a part of that community. You know, and the way they found this gentleman, the sheriff department had found an ID, and they just tracked that ID and just put it together like, okay, this ID was found. They didn't find nothing but the ID, and it was just amazing how things work. Karma is amazing, dude. One of the suspects dropped the ID, and they just traced that ID, and they just went back to this gentleman, Mr. Rodriguez, and then he basically confessed that he was one of the guys. And the other people is not arrested. The other people is still on the run from the police, but you know how that works. This guy is arrested. It's like a 99% chance he's going to rat on the other guys. And the thing about the state of Florida is a stand your ground state, meaning that in Florida the gun laws are very flexible. If you live in Florida, to purchase and have a firearm is very flexible, you know, but it also comes with a lot of restrictions. Because the state of Florida, if you use a weapon to rob somebody, that holds life in prison sentence. If you use a firearm, because in Florida everybody has a firearm. If you live in Florida, you're part of the state of Florida, you could purchase a firearm legal and actually carry it with you all day, every day in the open with no problems. But if you use that firearm to go and rob somebody, That's a life sentence in Florida. So the weapon laws are very flexible, but still it holds a lot of penalty if you use your weapon for the wrong reasons. Seriously, you guys can look it up, man. The state of Florida, if you pull an armed robbery and you get caught, that penalty is a life sentence. It sounds crazy, but it is. And if you use that weapon, if you do an armed robbery in Florida and you actually use the weapon and hurt somebody, that's a death sentence. I'm dead serious. You can look into it, dude. So for that guy who got caught, Mr. Rodriguez, he's 19 years old. I know 100% fact he's gonna rat, because knowing that he did an armed robbery in false imprisonment, meaning that he held that lady against her will. Takashi 6ix9ine's mother was held against her will, so that now becomes false imprisonment. So with those charges, that's a life sentence. 100% is going to work a deal out to get less time. He's going to go to jail. 100% they're going to go to jail. Whomever is involved, they're going to go to jail. But you think this guy, knowing that it's a possibility he's going to do life in prison, and did not get nothing out of Takashi 6ix9ine's house, bro, 100% he's gonna rat. 100%, dude. Bro, I wish and hope all these guys the best, man. God bless them all, man. Listen, life is hard for everybody, gentlemen, but I'm telling you right now, don't take shortcuts. Doing stuff like that, what these guys did to Takashi 6ix9ine mother, stuff like that don't lead you nothing but bad. It doesn't lead into nothing but bad. I'm telling you. Don't go down the path of taking shortcuts. No matter if you're falling on hard times, follow God. Pray to God. Let God help you through any and everything that you're going through in your life. And I promise you, when you work with God, God will work with you, man, and better days is ahead when you work with God. But if you're going and working with the devil and doing stuff like that, robbing people for things that they worked for you going with the devil and taking shortcuts to commit crimes to accomplish your goals, that is never going to work out. It's never going to work out, man. That's short-term success. Any corners you cut to achieve your goals, that's short-term success. You want to achieve long-term goals, you have to work with God to accomplish it in every which way, shape, and form. Before I end this video, man, I want to take the time to show my great president, our commander-in-chief, Mr. Donald J. Trump. From me to you, sir, I salute you, sir. Always want to take the time to show my respect and my gratitude to you, sir. To you, God bless you and your entire family, sir. May God watch over you and your families on this beautiful, wonderful day and forever. May God watch over us, all his kids in the United States. May God watch over all of his kids outside the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, always do what's right in the eyes of God and his family. Always make God a part of your decision making. Let's work together, ladies and gentlemen, to make this world a better place. Let's stop judging each other based on our colors of our skin or our religion that we represent. Let's judge each other based on what God wants us to judge each other on. Let's do what's right for each other. Let's work together. Let's do things to make this world better. Let's be more respectful and understanding to each other's differences. I'll catch you guys in the next video, man. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, please stay safe.